Hey guys, welcome along to a brand new episode of Here's Rodder's Reviews. We're doing another little delve into He-Man and the Masters of the Universe in preparation for Revelation coming. Now, I have been falling behind on these in a big bad way. I was hoping to get through this box set before the release of Revelation. Might not happen, but we're going to batter on as best we can. This episode is called The Defection, and in this one we meet a new sorceress called Sibylline, who at the beginning of the episode she is having a crisis, a personal crisis. She used to be a good sorceress, but she was corrupted by a troll called Gorgon, and he used her to oppose her king, King Danton, and they took over the Isle of Tears. And the king was thrown into the dungeon, and she defects, deposes Gorgon, and they fight at the beginning of the episode, and he overpowers her, throws her into the dungeon along with King Danton, and she pretty much apologises to the king, and I really regret what I did. I want to help you get back on the throne, get you freed, and make up for all the wrongdoings I've done over the last goodness knows how long. This king has been in this dungeon for years at this point. So she's got enough magic left to escape herself, but she can't help the king at this point. She's going to teleport from the dungeon, head to Eternia, and enlist the help of He-Man and King Randor to see if they can fight Gorgon. And the king gives her his blessing, sends her on her way, she teleports off, and there's a whole running thing with Orko in this episode, where at the beginning he was talking about people. They're either good or evil, no one can change, just you are what you are, sort of a deal. So when Sibylline turns up at the palace looking for help, Orko is on the alert the entire time. He's like, there's something up here, she can't be trusted. And the king Randor, he's always up for giving someone an opportunity to change if they can. So he decides, okay, we're going to try our best to help you, and he sends He-Man along with Man-at-Arms and Teela all off with Sibylline to try and help this king. But Gorgon has enlisted the help of Evelyn in this episode. It's curious just now when I'm thinking about it, because this is probably the third or fourth episode in a row at this point that doesn't have Skeletor on it. It's weird just for the season to run so far without the main villain of the series being in it. But fantastic little episode. So while everything is going on with Sibylline and the good guys in Eternia, Gorgon and Evelyn on the Isle of Tears are watching through her magic. They're seeing what's happening, and they keep sending all these different things to attack the good guys, but they're smart about it. It's a threat, but it's not a threat that Sibylline can't counter with her own magic, which is just backing up Evelyn. She's got her head on her shoulders. She has seen that Orko doesn't trust her, so she's going to use this to their advantage. So they keep sending things that will threaten them, but Sibylline can easily counter with her own magic, which just makes Orko think each time that she took care of that so easily. She's obviously setting us up. The whole thing's a trap to get us to the Isle of Tears. And when they do eventually get to the island and get very simply to the dungeon where the king is, they get captured quite easily, and Gorgon backs it up over the intercom system that good job, Sibylline, our plans worked out just the way we had both planned it. And, you know, again, backing up that whole thing about, you know, she's been working with them the entire time, where she hasn't. She has actually been genuinely trying to change her ways. But, of course, by the end we get this little switch where, you know, Gorgon's guards attack. Sibylline proves herself as the good person that she's been trying to say she is throughout the whole episode, and genuinely does want to change. And they do manage to free the king before the end of the episode and capture Gorgon and return the king to his rightful place on the throne. That is a fairly quick delve into the episode itself. There's a lot of action in this one. Some of the fight sequences in it are great, and the animation style in this episode, you know, it's fairly uniform throughout the series, but it was just very, very well done here. Even the way the characters interact with each other, it's just, you know, it's Evelyn is fantastic in this episode, and the way that she just twists everything. It's just one of these ones that very interesting one to watch, and it's a good story to teach youngsters that, as I said before, on He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, it's one of these shows that really did teach you great morals whenever you were growing up, and it's something that has been attacked a lot in modern TV and film. I've heard it quite a bit online, that people, you know, the new versions of Star Wars and Star Trek are getting it a lot at the moment, that everything seems to be very, very preachy. You know, they can't put out an episode without them trying to teach you a lesson, sort of thing. We hate this new sort of style of doing stuff. This is nothing new. This has happened throughout the history of TV and film. There's always a lesson in there somewhere. You know, it might not just be 100% obvious a lot of the times, but, you know, it's what you call the storyline of a film or TV show. There's always something in there that'll give you a little bit of a lesson, and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe was great at doing that. And if you did miss the lesson, a couple of the characters will break the fourth wall at the end of the episode and actually tell the viewer what the point of the episode was. And this one was very, very simply that people can change, and you should be willing to give anybody a second chance. You know, everybody makes mistakes, and everybody should get that second chance, perhaps even a third chance. But in my experience, if it goes beyond a third chance, you're the fool at that point. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back for the next episode. We're definitely going to be getting these done on a more regular basis. I've got no excuse, guys. I just promised I would get it done, and I didn't get it done, so we're going to get it done as quick as we can. Guys, stay safe, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.